Come on. That's it. That's fine. Come to me, Jeannie. Muscular treatment to attain better posture, I gave regular manipulation over a period of 6 months for the mobilization of the fifth lumbar and left sacroiliac, which resulted in freedom from pain except on extreme movements. And now, Mr. Booth, to all intents and purposes, she's cured.
How do you know?
Jeannie. It's Jeannie Mansell. It's Mr. Booth, Jeannie.
How do you do?
Good afternoon.
All right, nurse, we shan't want you. You think you've performed a miracle, don't you, Stone? What the doctors considered a hopeless case has been cured. And now you feel very pleased with yourself, I take it.
Yes. I think I have every right to be. Why not?
Why not? Because you might have crippled this girl for life.
I knew what I was doing.
With so little experience, you couldn't possibly have known. You can't even know whether what you've done is going to last.
Why do you say that, Mr. Booth? Can't you believe your own eyes?
I'm sorry, Miss Mansell, but there's far more involved than just your own case. You've done something unforgivable. You've broken the first rule of the profession you wanted to join. You did this with your eyes open, though you must have been warned against it at the academy a dozen times. Your own conscience must have told you it was a crime.
You call healing someone a crime?
Attempting to heal can be, Miss Mansell. As a student, still unqualified, you laid hands on this girl. It's as if a young, half-educated medical student had taken a knife and performed a major operation.
If I had failed, you might say all this, but I didn't fail.
For all I know, the symptoms may return.
Oh, I don't believe it.
You may think my attitude petty and unjust, but I'm defending a principle. I hope sincerely that Miss Mansell's cure may prove permanent. And I'll even go so far as to congratulate you on performing a very difficult operation. You've good hands, Stone, I know that. You're one of the best pupils we've ever had. But that doesn't alter the fact that what you've done has been quackery of the worst possible description.
Tom took a chance, and now he's succeeded where everyone else who tried has failed. He's an outsider. Well, if that's the case, thank heaven he is.
There's no excuse for him, Miss Mansell.
Jeannie still needs treatment, Mr. Booth. What's the academy going to say if I go on with it?
I think you know the answer, Stone.
Well, if I have to choose between the book of rules and my own patient for the sake of waiting another 2 months to be qualified, you can keep your degree.
I've warned you, Stone.
Come on, Jeannie. Thanks for the speech, Jeannie.
I couldn't stand there and hear him run you down. I had to say something.
You don't believe him about your back, do you?
Oh, no, Tom, of course not. It was cruel and unfair.
Well, I'm finished just the same.
Finished?
Oh, it's all right. It was worth it.
Oh, you're not finished, Tom. You're only just starting.
No, Jeannie. They'll all be against me now, the doctors and the osteopaths.
Well, what about the other people? People like me. Let's hear what they've got to say. Taxi?
Hey, where are we going?
Oh, never you mind. You're not finished, Tom. Not if I have my way. Fleet Street, driver.
In a statement to the Daily News, he claimed that cures had been effected by whatever it is, in even the most hopeless cases.
Still hope for you, Squiffy.
In that case, Charlie, make it a double.
What's his name?
Stone. Thomas Stone.
Stone. Thomas Stone. That rings a bell. Why, yes, of course. Thinking of going to him, Alexandra? I'll try anything. Twice.
Oh, take a letter to the editor, the Daily News, Fleet Street, London, EC4. Yes, sir. With reference to the account in today's issue of your paper of a young girl who was cured by osteopathic treatment. I should be grateful if you would kindly forward the enclosed letter to Mr. Thomas Stone. Yours faithfully. And now a letter to Mr. Stone. Dear Mr. Stone, I read with interest in today's Daily News.
Here's a girl of only 16. She thinks she's going blind.
There's an old lady in this letter. She's been crippled for years.
Listen to this. There's a bloke here with chronic dyspepsia. Doctor says no beer, but he says no beer, no sleep. SOS.
Here's a little boy of only 6. He's still wearing leg irons. Oh, Tom.
Oh, what are you going to do about all these letters, all these people?
See them. See them all. Try to help them if I can.
Yes, Tom. That's what you must do. In every letter they ask to see you, want to know where they can find you.
It's all right you leading off the chorus, but he's not starting a clinic for lame ducks in my house.
Well, I saw a place yesterday. It's not far from here. It's small, but it would do as a waiting room in a surgery. It's vacant in 2 weeks.
Have you taken it?
No.
Why not?
They wanted 3 months' rent in advance.
Is that always stopping you?
It's not stopping me. I'll just have to wait a bit longer until I've met it.
But what about all these people?
They'll have to wait, too.
Oh, no, they won't. You can write and tell them you'll see them in 2 weeks' time.
You mean?
I haven't thanked you properly yet for what you did for Jeannie.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Come on, Mum. We're going out.
Jeannie, you know what this means.
Oh, yes,
It's
Tom.
my chance. It's the biggest chance I've ever had. I'm going to put my name on a plate, and that plate's going to shine. People are going to come to me, and I'm going to heal them. And it's all because of you, Jeannie. Because you had faith in me.
I'll always have faith in you, Tom. Good luck to you.
But you said that the way people say goodbye. I'm not leaving you, Jeannie. You're coming with me all the way, wherever it takes me. Well, Mrs. Stone, the honeymoon's over. Tomorrow we start.
Yes, darling, tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. And I'm going with you all the way, wherever it takes you.
Life sentence, huh?
Yes, darling. Mr. Thomas Stone. D-O-M-R-O.
Oh, no. Just plain Tom Stone.
Yes, darling, very plain.
Good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Paul.
Oh, good afternoon.
I've come to see Mr. Stone.
Oh, he won't be a moment if you'll come this way.
Yes, of course.
Will you wait here a minute, please?
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Earl.
Hello, dear. Has it done you any good? Are you feeling any better?
Yes, so far.
Leonard.
Mr. Stone will see you now. Thank you.
Do you remember me?
Why, yes, of course. How's the knee?
It's fine again.
I hope you haven't come back to complain.
No, I've come to congratulate you.
Oh, thank you. Won't you sit down?
I hear you do wonderful things.
And what can I do for you?
Well, I hope you can do a great deal.
What have you been suffering from?
Well, for one thing, I sometimes get the most maddening headaches.
Had them long?
Off and on.
Whereabouts?
Quite the wrong way round, at the back of my head.
Just about there?
Yes.
Had any treatment?
My father sometimes gives me silly little white pills. He's a doctor. They never do any good.
Yes, well, just take off your coat, will you, please?
My coat. But, the pain is in my head.
Yes, I want to examine your spine.
Well, this is almost intriguing. I had a syringe in America.
Thursday at 12 o'clock. Yes, Mr. Stone can see you then. No, I'm afraid I couldn't fit you in this afternoon. Yes, he's very busy. Goodbye.
Mrs. Paul's car, madam.
Thank you. Your car's here, Mrs. Paul.
Thank you, Mrs. Stone. Oh, dear, oh, dear. If Sanders has a fault, it's punctuality. You know, I think you're terribly selfish.
Am I?
Living out here at the back of beyond. Next time you move, why don't you choose somewhere nice and convenient, like Wimpole Street or Harley Street? Then we'd all come and see you.
Perhaps that's why.
Don't you want to be busy? Really busy? Without Mayfair queuing up?
I don't think so. Not busy that way.
Busy. If osteopathy is ever to be recognized, people like you should live in the right places. And move in the proper circles.
I don't think I'd be very much good at that sort of thing.
Nonsense. You'd be quite a sensation. You'd have a great success.
Just what is success, Mrs. Paul?
Becoming so well known that every time the name of Thomas Stone is mentioned, people think of osteopathy.
I once said I'd never wear striped trousers.
So your wife can never wear a fur coat, is that it? She has to answer the door, take down telephone messages, tell me my car is waiting, and then start cooking so you can say, I told you so. Because you're afraid your striped trousers won't quite fit.
Do you know what I was before I took up osteopathy?
Oh, my dear, what with the present government, the black market, and all this fish queue democracy, it would hardly matter less.
I caught the fish for the queues. I was a fisherman.
So was St. Peter. Goodbye, my dear, till next Monday.
Goodbye, Mrs. Paul.
The same time, of course.
Yes.
Thank you. I can hardly wait. You do me so much good. In so many ways.
Tom, lunch is ready.
Oh, thanks, Ginny. Ginny,
Yes, darling.
tired?
No, I'm all right.
Ginny, you're doing too much.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's time Mrs. Stone got someone else to do the donkey work.
But I'm very happy.
Yes, on donkey work, but that's not good enough.
But I like it. It's my job.
Well, I was thinking that if we had a larger practice,
Don't tell me we're moving again.
well,
Oh, Tom. Oh, Mother, it's lovely.
Now, have I forgotten anything? Is that Tom's present?
Yes.
For Tom, with all my love on our wedding anniversary, Jeannie.
I do hope he'll like it.
Well, he should. Spoiling him, that's what I call it.
Oh, well, he spoils me. Mother,
Yes, dear?
do you think I should have invited some of his friends?
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I thought he might have liked it.
Tom sees enough of his posh friends as it is.
Well, here we are. Sorry I'm a bit late. It's all these stabs and things. Hello, my pet. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dad.
Hello, Mum.
Hello, dear.
I say you have been busy. Jeannie.
Oh, Tom.
Well, don't let him come in for a minute because we're not quite ready.
All right. Hello, darling. Going out?
why, yes. Didn't I tell you? It's an important engagement. I'm sorry.
But I...
What's wrong, dear? Am I in disgrace?
Oh, no, darling. It's all right. It doesn't matter.
Good night, dear. I may be late. What's up?
Nothing.
What's up? Is it Tom?
He has to go out.
Go out on his wedding anniversary.
Yes, Mother.
Has he forgotten it?
I don't know.
Oh, didn't you tell him?
No.
Why not, Jeannie?
because I won't interfere with Tom's work.
Work? At this hour?
If he was a doctor, I could understand it.
It's all those la-di-da patients of his.
He ought never to have come here. I told you so.
All right, I know. Can't carry corn, gone to his head. Feeling his feet now.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is, Jeannie, and you know it. He's spoiling himself, putting on fancy airs.
You don't understand. Tom's building his practice and his name.
Yes, there's a good time, Charlie.
If it helps him, then I'm glad he goes out. He can go out every night if he likes. He knows best.
Where are you going, Jeannie?
To change my dress, Mother. We'll have dinner just the same.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alexandra. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
My love to you, Alex.
3 words, darling.
Is that you, Tom?
Yes, dear. Still awake?
Can I get you anything?
No, thanks.
It's Jeannie or me, Tom. Me or Jeannie. You've got to choose. I could give you so much, Tom. Things that she could never give you. But I can't go on like this. You've got to choose. Jeannie or me. Me or Jeannie.
Hello, darling.
Jeannie, I'm sorry, but I had to go up this evening.
It's all right, Tom.
You see, it was a promise I made, and I couldn't get out of it.
One of many.
Yes, Jeannie.
I know.
You know?
I've known all the time.
You've never said anything.
Why should I? You always come home to me and sit on my bed just like now.
Oh, Jeannie, what have I done to you? I've been such a fool, darling.
Yes, Tom. You didn't remember, did you?
Remember? Oh, darling, many happy returns. Many, many happy returns, darling.
Dr. Baxter, sir. He would like to see you.
Dr. Baxter?
Yes, sir.
Tell him I can't see him.
Very good, sir.
Stone, I insist on seeing you.
As a doctor, I can't insist that you withdraw your treatment. But as a father, I can and do insist that this personal relationship which exists between you and my daughter must cease.
Dr. Baxter. Well? I'm seeing Alexandra tonight. For the last time.
No, thanks. Funny, isn't it? I suppose that's all that's left to say now. Just cigarette. Or, are we going to have another glamorous chapter from your love life in suburbia? Tell me something, Tom.
Well?
Are you glowing with self-righteousness over this great and noble decision of yours?
Oh, Alex, don't go on with all this bitterness. It doesn't help. I thought at least we could part friends.
This is too much. You make me sick. What do you expect? A motherly kiss and a bunch of flowers for the dear little wife at home.
Alex.
What then? Charming little farewell supper? Rather sentimental, though perhaps a little embarrassing. Possibly at least a few discreet, well-disciplined tears. Or do you want the stiff upper lip?
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop play acting. Must you dramatize everything? Why don't you face the truth?
All right. Let's face the truth. Not very pretty, is it?
No, Alexandra, not very pretty. But your heart isn't breaking. Why, I've never met anything more to you than a new adventure. I was the latest fashion, a different sort of cure, mainly for boredom. Someone to take up, to lionize. Well, you've had a great success. You've made your poodle out of me, all right. Plucked and trimmed. But believe me, Alexandra, your heart isn't breaking. In another few weeks, you'll have found some new toy to demonstrate to your smart friends. You'll soon forget me.
Are you trying to console me? How dare you? Oh, don't worry your head. I'll soon forget you, but you'll never forget because I shaped you, I launched you. I even taught you table manners. I made you, not your little housewife. You cheap little waiter, have you forgotten? I used to tip you.
Killed us both. I'll drive, Alex. Alex! I'll drive. Good night, Alexander. Will I leave the car here? What's the matter?
My head. The pain's come back.
You'd better take some Barbertone.
Oh, useless, you know that.
I must go now.
Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. Good night.
Oh, my head, my head.
Please, not all that again. You've tried it so many times, and it's always so convenient.
Oh, my God.
Goodbye, Alexandra.
I see. they've just telephoned. Alexandra's killed herself.
Will you repeat the oath, sir?
I swear by Almighty God to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Robert Miles, you're a registered medical practitioner and pathologist of St. Andrew's Hospital.
Yes, sir.
On August the 22nd at Baker Street Mortuary, did you conduct a post-mortem examination on the body of Alexandra Phyllis Paul?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you produced your report.
Yes, sir.
What was the cause of death?
Shock and hemorrhage due to a bullet wound in the chest.
And in your opinion, the wound was self-inflicted?
Yes.
Dr. Miles, from your post-mortem examination, did you find anything that could account for the symptoms of which the deceased complained?
Yes, sir.
And what did you find?
I found an abscess of the brain in the region of the right temporal lobe, just above the mastoid area.
Would an abscess of the brain have caused blinding headaches and the effect of intolerable noises in the head?
Yes, sir. Those are common symptoms in a case of this kind.
You've heard the evidence of Mr. Stone.
Yes, sir.
Would the pain be of such a violent nature as to induce suicide?
Possibly, yes.
Then the symptoms she complained of were obviously not hysterical, neurotic, or imaginary.
No.
Thank you, Dr. Miles. I'm obliged to you. I have to return a verdict that Alexandra Phyllis Paul came to her death by a self-inflicted wound while the balance of her mind was disturbed.
Rise, please. Oyez, oyez, oyez. All manner of persons who have had anything to do with this court before the King's Coroner for this county, having discharged your duty, may depart hence and take your ease. God save the King.
Dr. Baxter,
You killed her.
Among those present in court was Mr. Daniel Booth, a well-known osteopath.
Cigarette?
There's a patient in the waiting room, sir, Mr. Rankin.
All right, Alice. Can I get you a drink, Tom?
No, thanks.
Mr. Rankin is waiting, darling.
No, I can't, Jeannie.